Hey guys, Arthur here with another tutorial, and today you guys are in for a real treat. This model was provided by Frederico Boero, one of you guys, one of my subscribers. Yeah, so he contacted me a few days back. He wanted help with some skin shading, and yeah, basically now I told him, hey, why don't you send me your model and I can show everyone else how I do it, and we can all learn from this. And yeah, so he was kind enough to send us his model for his short film, and yeah, we're gonna be shading this guy and looking at how he went about doing his own stuff. Samples to 0. Yeah, and yeah, let's see how much we can get out of this. I'm going to be covering some really cool techniques. I hope this helps a lot. It has helped me a lot. So yeah, let's see. I'll go back to default shading just so I can see my lights. Yeah. Now I'm gonna fly through these settings here because I've covered this setup with my previous tutorials a lot. Yeah, especially on the minion tutorial. You guys should check that out. I'm gonna be posting the minion rigging tutorial real soon, and yeah, check that out. Please do check it out. It has helped a lot of people. You might be interested. Right, so basically what I did was I put up a basic light setup because we're gonna be shading, and when you're shading you want to put lights in your scene. So let me go back to my materials, and yeah, so yeah, this model was provided to us by Frederico Boero, one of my subscribers, and I'm hoping to be able to do this more. I'm really glad most of you are contacting me, and it's really fun, really fun. A lot of you guys have a lot of cool stuff, and you guys show me and ask questions. I really don't mind, and it's really cool. So yeah, here you go. He has this helmet thing as well. It's really cool. Really cool. So yeah, we're gonna be shading the skin, and just the skin. The rest he got pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in, and let's render this guy out. See what he has. So basically, he was telling me, Arthur, I'm not really happy with my skin shading. I was looking for something more cartoony or something a bit more. He did send me a reference, so while it's rendering, I can show you the reference. Whoa. No. Here. I think I clicked something there. So yeah, there's this. He wants this kind of setup. And I'm pretty sure I can get this with half the render time he has. So check it out. Alright, so as you can see, the light map is still loading. When you're dealing with skin shading, the light map has to load up. So it loaded up a bit long. It takes around 20 seconds for it to load up, the light map. Yeah, around 20 seconds to 30 seconds to load up. And as you can see, render time is taking quite a while. Now, as you all know, we all want to keep our render times down. We want to keep them quite low. As you can see, our current render time is 1 minute and 18 seconds, not including the light map loading. Or, yeah, because the light map had to load quite a while. But yeah, we got 1 minute and 18 seconds per frame with this skin shader. So now my goal here is to cut that render time to half with better quality. So basically, I'm gonna beat the skin shader, and we'll see how that goes. All right, so let's graph this network. This is his skin shader. Let's select the objects that it has. Alright, here, these guys, and let's apply a fong. Alright, fong to that, and Let's select another one of the skin shaders, graph network, select objects and apply a Phong. And then as for these guys as well, select objects with material and apply a Phong. So now you have no more skin shaders being used. We're all using Zefongs, my favorite material, by the way. Alright, so now I'm going to take all the 3 Fongs, I'm going to graph them just so we see them here. Alright, so Phong 1 is our main skin. Phong 2 was our uvula. So let's do the mouth first, everything that's inside. Okay, that did not do anything there. So gonna desaturate, increase, yeah. And as for this guy, do the same. Huh. Okay. I think this is the gums. So I'll make this brighter. Bring down, bring up cosine power, specular reflectivity. Yeah, same goes for this guy, bring down reflectivity. That's pretty much it. And okay, now let's proceed to our skin. So I'll graph this guy. Okay. So as you guys can see, it's pretty cool because he used my eye setup. I'm really happy. He did it quite well actually. Let's graph this and I'll show you guys. He did it quite nice. Quite well. Very good. Well done, man. Thank you for using my setup. I'm glad it helps. Yeah. So he got this with basically everything in Maya. And the render time for my eye, my recorded render time for my eye setup is 2 seconds. And that's for with any settings. That was with full settings, with Final Gather, that's everything. 2 seconds with this setup. I don't think you can beat that with textures. Nope, no sir. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the eye setup. I'll stop showing off. Alright, so let me graph my Phong. My first Phong, sorry. Alright. So basically what I'm going to do is, I'm going to mix this Phong with a Mia material X. Yeah. So I want to keep that. I want to keep that chemistry working there. So I'm going to select this, select objects with material. Then I'm gonna assign this material to them. Hello, there. Assign material to selection. Okay, so now we have a Mia in this guy. Okay, this is our Mia, and I'm gonna give it a base color of dark red. I want to work with that dark red you were going for. You have a purple going on here, but well, I think you're gonna be better off with a red. So yeah, I'm gonna play around with the colors. He did not give me any color really, so I'm gonna be playing around with colors. Okay, so Phong I'm gonna throw in to additional color, and as you guys can see, now the Mia and the Phong are working together, and it's looking quite weird right now. But what I want to do is, in my Mia, I want to bring down weight to 0.5. Right? Now most of the color will come from the Phong. So what I want to do is, I want to take away reflectivity, specular color, and cosine power. Just cause I want them to work together, and I don't want to have double reflections or anything. This will just add render time, so I take that down. Alright, so color, I'm gonna bring red to the table. And there you go, we're getting this nice red here. I'll bring up ambient color and give this a red as well. And as you can see, we're getting that nice fall off on the side. I want to bring up incandescence just a bit. And it's all red. We want to spice things up a bit more. Yeah. I can saturate this Phong. And material, I can play around with different colors. Like maybe give it more of a purple on top. And as you can see, it's adding on top, just adding a bit more to that. And finally, I'll bring down reflectivity and I'll bring down glossiness. And I'll do highlights only because I don't want any reflections coming from it. All I pump this guy up. I do not want that kind of there glossiness a bit. Right, now let's give it a render. I'm gonna dump this guy. I think I already did. Okay, so keep in mind our render time is 1 minute 18 seconds, and let me render this guy again. And let's see if we cut it down to half. So as you can see, we don't need to load up the light map anymore because we are using the skin shader. It is looking fairly like the skin shader. We just need to fix the colors up a bit more, make them darker. Bring down incandescence because it's burning up a bit here. But yeah, let's see a comparison. Come on, render. Yeah. Burp. 1 minute and 2 seconds. Ah, not quite half, but we're getting there. My screen recording is really pumping up the render time. I'm pretty sure this skin does not include the light map loading. You guys do know that the light map loads up, right? It stays blue until it loads up the light map, and then it renders. So the render time for this frame is 1 minute, but not including the light map loading, which was 30 seconds or so. So yeah, we pretty much have it at half, but not really, not quite. I did this before recording, and my render time was 13 seconds. You guys might want to try it at home. I really don't have an accurate render time right now. I could post up screenshots on my Facebook with the render time. But yeah, pretty much this is half. It should be half. Sorry guys, I can't really show you, but if you guys try it out, you'll see the difference. Alright, so now I'm gonna bring down the ambient color a bit, bring down the color, just so it doesn't burn as much. Incandescence, I'll bring it down as well. And here in my Mia, in my Fong, why was my color purple? This should be red. Ambient color should be red. Yeah, bring that up a bit. Huh? Yeah, and as for my Mia, colors. God damn it. Hey, there you go. And in the Fong, yeah, I want this to go back to its regular red. Okay, let's render this guy out. It's too bad I can't show off the real render time for this. But yeah, again, if you guys try it out, it cuts your render time to half. Alright. Yeah. Skin shader is still darker, so we have to darken this guy up. And for the Fong, just bring down color. Bring down ambient color. I don't really like the purple that much. And render this guy out. So as you can see, it's really up to you and how you mix your stuff, how you mix your skin shader. Okay, so we're still mixing and mixing. We lost all the color. Huh. Let me check the ambient color again. Yep. Why do you go up so high? I'll bring up the color down here. So I'm pretty much just playing around with my Fong and making the Fong do all the work. Yeah, and this is what I want. This is what I want. Alright. So in comparison to the skin shader, we are pretty close. I mean, I don't think you can I don't think you can compare as much. People might still think this is a skin shader. You can fake the backscatter. Alright, so what we're gonna do next will be to add a bit more depth to it because it does look kinda flat. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do that with color and bump. So let's cover the color first. So I'm gonna do a amp. Okay, I'm gonna type in amp so I can get a ramp and a sampler info. Okay, I'm gonna throw in the sampler info into the ramp and do other. I'll go to facing ratio to V coordinates. And if you guys pay a bit of attention, wait, I need a layered texture, sorry. Layered texture. Okay, take this layered texture. Oh, sorry. And then throw it into the Mia material. Default color. Diffuse, sorry. Diffuse. And we lost the color, so we have to bring it back. Take this color and select the color of your Mia, which was pretty much this one. I can bring down the color a bit more. Or bring it up. So something like that. And now if I zoom in, make this larger. Okay, I'll take my ramp, throw it into default. Now pay attention to the Mia material as I bring this up. So I'll bring my ramp on top, and as you can see, the Mia material changed. And as you can see, the sampler info is pushing the ramp to the sides of the shader. And that way, it will stay there according to, it's based off camera angle, so this will be a custom shader type thing. You know, the colors will stay on the sides of the object. So that gives us a lot of freedom for color, like what colors we're gonna use, or how the shader will react to the environment. Alright, so now we have this here. So this is what changing the colors. Alright, so I'm gonna take this red, bring it to black. I want to darken the sides, give it more depth, like an AO. Like an AO would work. And I'll take this and give it a bright red. Yeah, that bright red. And this will be our default color. So our default was pretty much this one. God damn. So I'll bring this guy down. And yeah, we get something like this. I can sharpen that up a bit. There, it will give us a different effect. And I can smooth this out. And yeah, we have something like this. And if I render this guy out, let me dump this. And render this out. And as you can see, like even in the final gather, you start seeing the effect, right? You can get a lot of fancy effects with this. And yeah, this is just small example of what it can do. Here on the sides, we're getting this nice uh, outline type color, and inside we're getting brighter, this nice rim, and then back to our default color in the very tip. Now you can play around with this effect. This is not quite what I want, so I'm going to be playing around with it more. You guys can go in and experiment with it. You'll get so much out of it. Alright, so I'm going to go back to my ramp, which is already selected, and I'll just bring down this color a bit more. Just pop it down a bit. Relax, boy. Yeah, so I get something like this. Yeah, maybe I can bring up the depth a bit more. Bring up this color. Not too much though. Just enough to give it that nice fall off. Yeah. And maybe deep inside, one more. Maybe one more black. Let's see what that does. Haha, haha. Yeah, so it's pretty much just playing around. Let's cut this guy in half. And render that out. So yeah, here's another example of what you can do. So it's just minor tweaking and I got so much out of it. So I strongly suggest you guys try this out as well. And show me the different effects you guys do. Yeah, bring this back down. And for our final render, for color, yeah. So again, I threw this in the Mia. You can also try throwing it into the Fong. You can create several layered textures or several ramps and then throw them into the Fong's ambient color or the Fong's incandescence or maybe the Fong's the diffuse, and you'll get different effects. As you can see, I'm jumping around these two effects and it's really cool, really cool. Getting a lot of stuff out of it. But basically this is what I want and I'm gonna dump this. So now we have a comparison. This is our default and this is what we're doing now. And this again was our skin shader. And look at the render times, guys. We are down to 26 seconds. Or no, that's because I rendered a region. But again, it's like we don't have that light map loading anymore, and pretty much our render time is getting faster. Yeah, I'll do a full render later, but yeah, hopefully my laptop will be able to do it. Again, if you guys try it out, I will assure you that the render times will speed up a lot, like a lot, seriously. Alright, so next, let's add in a bump. The bump is pretty simple. We'll just go in and add a noise. Take this noise, throw it into the Mia Materials bump. Overall bump. Okay, then I will just zoom into this noise here because I want to modify it a bit. Bring up threshold, bring down amplitude, bring down ratio, up frequency ratio, bringing up time and frequency. And I'm just keeping an eye on the Mia, looking for that effect I want. Bring down frequency a bit. Alright, something I like. Now I'm gonna go into my bump and give it a 0.01, a negative 0.01. Now you might not see it here, but later on in our render that will be quite clear. And let's render this out. That is weird. The bump's not strong enough, apparently. Alright, let's pump it up. 0.05. Render that out. There you go. So now the bump is showing up a bit too much. Haha! See, I was right. 0.2. Again, without the screen recording, my render time was around 15 seconds. Alright, so now we're getting this reptilian look. I really like it. And we're getting some stretching here. So let's remove that stretching. There's a easy fix for that. I'll just take my 2D placement node, and if I zoom in here, so this is U and V, and I want to stretch V. So I'll stretch it 2, and I'll stretch it to the side. So this will stretch to the side as well. And if I render this region out, you'll see that it helps with the stretching, and it will unstretch that. And there you have it. Less stretching. Might have to pull it up a bit more. Maybe 3. And yeah, that should help it. Alright, so now I just want to fix the colors just a bit more. So I'll go back to my phone. And this guy just keeps coming back. Bring this down. Bring this down. Let's render half that region. So again, all the heavy lifting is in your phone. And you can get dramatic color changes by just, moving those stuff around just a bit. That is a bit too much. We lost the vividness of our skin. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That was my alternative skin. Yeah, I hope this helps. And I'm looking forward to doing more of this, Like, send me your models and ask me more questions. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. I pretty much answer them when I do get the chance. And yeah, you can get more stuff like this. Again, most of your playing around will be, let me graph this guy. So I'll graph this. So basically our phone goes into additional color, and we have noise for the bump, and just a little bit of noise. Still, the bump is still a bit too much. I was right the first time. Bring it to 1.01. And let me render this out. Alright. So yeah, and then we have our ramp with the sampler info. Mix it up a bit to get different effects for your skin. Throw it into a layered texture so you can throw in the noise. I still didn't do this. I have to throw in the noise into the layered texture. Oh yeah, and another thing as well is this effect, this depth-like effect that we put in with the ramp. We can always bring it down here, and then we can throw in the noise as well. Throw in the noise into our layer texture, put it on top, and then multiply that over, and bring down its alpha. Yeah, and let's see what that looks like in comparison to everything else we were doing. Render this guy out for a final render. So again, if you guys want to send your model so I can, you know, shade them, or I can do some stuff with them, like if you guys need any help, just send me your model, or drop me an email or something. Yeah, or contact me here on Facebook or on YouTube. Sorry. Yeah, I'm planning to put up a Facebook page for stuff like this, where you guys can send your stuff and we can all look at it. We can all share ideas. Yeah, I'm gonna be putting that up soon. I'm thinking of a name, really. That's all that's slowing me down right now. It's thinking of a name. But yeah, that aside, this is what I got. This is the final skin shader I have for him, and came from something like this. I might want to bring back that vividness. You can always bring back that vividness with the ramp we had. Just bump that up a bit more. I think I threw it out too much. And in my Fong, I can bring up my color and my ambient color. And yeah, if I render this half, yeah. So yeah, I'm planning on putting up a page. This will be one of my first posts on that page. And yeah, contact me there instead of having to go in and add me up on Facebook, because it would be cool if I, you know, separated YouTube and Facebook, because, you know, that's my personal life and stuff. My friends mostly. Drunk pictures and stuff now. But yeah, this is what I got compared to the skin shader. So this is the skin shader. Look at the render time, 1 minute and 18. And then basically I got, I don't have any recorded full renders. But yeah, see the effects that I got, and I have way more control compared to the skin shader. And yeah, I hope you guys apply this method. It really helps a lot, and it has changed the way I saw shading in general. So yeah, I hope this helps, and again, contact me more. Like, I'm really enjoying the feedback I get, and a lot of questions, and it's really cool. I see how I'm helping people, and I like it. Yeah, I'm finishing up the minion rigging tutorial, and that will be up soon. So yeah, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, add this to your favorites. What would really help me a lot is if you share it. So yeah, share the knowledge, guys. Share the fun. Alright guys, I'll see you around. Bye.